Welcome, my friends. 9 Tantric Essentials is a compilation of some yoga and qigong techniques that I think you'll find very, very helpful for activating your core sexual vital power in the context of increased sexual pleasure, of course, and how it relates to the totality of wellness on all levels, at all ages, I should say 18 and over, but really as our birthright as humans. These are some of the tools to unlock our energy that we want to unlock, the root of the whole system. Probably hear some traffic going. Otherwise I would lose all my clothes, but I don't want to scare the passerbys, so just bear with me. But all of this you can do with your clothes on, clothes off, either way, very effective. First thing is, as you can see, I'm in mountain pose. My feet are together, my tailbone is tucked in. Okay, you can see it from the side, tailbone tucked in, shoulders back. This is a really good pose just for hanging out because it allows you to gently contract your rectal muscle, which is the first thing I'm going to show you of the 9 Tantra Essentials. Numero uno, they call in Tantra Mula Bandha, and in the Tao it's called perineum power. In the beginning, we tighten our entire rectal muscle. Contract and relax, contract and relax. Just like you were holding in something if you had to go to the bathroom, contract and relax, contract and relax. In the beginning, this is how we do this. You can see it from the side. Tighten, relax, tighten, relax. With time, as the Taoist name for this exercise, perineum power, implies, you'll be able to isolate just your perineum, that point between the anus and sexual organ, perineum, which is a lot more subtle than this. But in the beginning, just tighten your entire rectal muscle. It'll involuntarily get the perineum as well. Okay? But this has so many benefits, I can't even begin to get into all of them. Just type in Mula Bandha on Google, you'll see about that. It's just the bottom line, it holds in all of our energy. One of the main factors of aging, according to the Tao and Tantra, is a loose anus and sexual organ. Notice as I'm talking, I'm still doing this. You want to do this 100 times a day, you're standing in line, whatever, and do it with your feet together. You'll really feel the power in mountain pose. Also, with your feet a little more space, shoulder width apart to slightly more than shoulder width, and do the same thing. Contract and relax, contract and relax. So you want to do this, at least a number of times equal to your age a day, but I usually do 108 every day. When I'm waiting in line, I'm waiting at a traffic light, whatever, I've been sitting too long at my desk, stand up, tighten and relax your entire anal muscle and your perineum when you can isolate it. It'll activate your sexual power, give you a lot more thrusting power in your sexual experience, and it'll allow you to hold a lot more of this energy. Because sexual energy is water energy. Water chakra is a water chakra. Water falls in nature. So this is telling the body, no, I want to put a cork in it and harness that power for greater sex and greater health. Mula Bandha, perineum power, first of the 9 Tantric Essentials, okay? So go ahead and relax that. Second thing is shaking with your feet, shoulder width to slightly more than shoulder width apart. Go ahead and begin shaking your body. And I know this looks kind of silly, but it's one of the cornerstones of medical qigong. And there's all kinds of research nowadays, even in the West, they call rebounding. You want to shake your body every day. At least 3 minutes and work up from there. Because we're so sedentary nowadays. You don't move, your lymph doesn't move. And you have about double the amount of lymph in your body than you do blood. It's the highway for our immunity. I could go on, but shaking, it activates our sexual power. You can feel your sexual glands vibrating as you shake, okay? But you want to shake at least 3 minutes a day. You can gently bounce up and down on your heels if you want to get a little more of the vertical up and down. This kind of has like a washing effect on our cells, many, many things. Just type in rebounding on Google and you'll get all the science-backed factual information on this. And if you're healing from something really, really, bad news, and I won't use the C word and get sued, okay? But that kind of thing, big, diseases you think you're dead, shake 20 minutes a day or more, maybe 2 times 20 minutes on either side of the day. Sunrise and sunset, that kind of thing. You'll unlock healing like you've never had it, just shaking alone. If I were to say I run 20 minutes a day, it wouldn't sound strange, but I shake 20 minutes a day, a lot less impact on the joints, equal amounts of cardio activation, and many, many other things. Shaking, okay? Now, the next 3, that's the second one. Mula Bandha, shaking. The next 3 of the 9 Tantra assembles that I've assembled, you can do while you shake. Because of course you're standing here shaking, what can you do, right? You can compound it with other things, okay? So the first thing is actually an internal alchemical method. The cornerstone of all Taoist internal alchemy is called the inner smile. Because when you smile at somebody, it transcends the boundaries of culture. And you get that energy, the healing, happy healing, healthy energy of a smile. And normally our attention is always outside of ourselves where it gets lost. When you direct attention inward, now your body, your energy, awareness gets that energy, okay? So the simplest way to just direct a smile, your eyes direct your senses. So we call eye, mind, heart, power. It's a term Taoist master Mantak Chia coined and I've adopted and endorse. Eye, mind, heart, power. Because your eyes direct your senses, which are essentially the outer layer of your mind. And wherever your mind is, that's where the energy goes. Chi flows where the mind goes. So simply just direct awareness of a smile into your eyes and let it fade back into your head. Shake off any tension in your head while you're thinking, like how strange shaking might look or whatever else. Shake it off, relax, let it go. Your chi doesn't need to be there. It can be in your brain. Happy brain, so many functions it does. Drop your eyes and your mind and your awareness into your heart. Smile into your heart. Shake off any tension in your heart. So much emotional tension. In the Tao, they say, the number one cause of disease, which all Chinese medicine came from, by the way, comes from negative emotions. So nothing wrong with negative emotions. They have a message to tell us, but can I shake them off? Relax, smile to them. Relax and let them go. And then your lower cauldron, we call the three cauldrons in the Tao, head, heart, and belly. Your thoughts, your feelings become embodiment. Whatever you think about, you feel, you embody. So shake in front of your belly, shake off any tension in your body, anywhere, head to toe. You notice tension, direct a smile to it, your eyes, your mind, and your smiling energy. And shake it off to the pull of gravity, to the center of the earth where it can be safely transformed. How do you like that little buzzword we use in the Tao? The earth is a great transformer. People talk about sending their energy to the sun and all these places, that's fine. But the earth is right below your feet. And we know that it composts things. You put a dead, refuse or a body or whatever you're putting in the earth, it turns to energy, usable energy. Has the same thing with your negative emotions and your negative thoughts and the negative tension in your body. Remember, three cauldrons. Shake off your negative thoughts, shake off your negative feelings, shake off tension in your body. And wherever you direct the inner smile gets the chi. Very, very powerful method. Okay? So inner smile. And then another thing you can do while you shake, just want to make sure none of the campers are around, sexual reflexology, okay? Go ahead and grab your dragon pearls. For men, testicles themselves. For women, if you touch your navel with your thumb and you make a triangle, they're roughly where your pinkies are, just above right here above the pubic bone, right there. You want to squeeze, tap, and or shake your dragon pearls, the root of your endocrine system, which activates your whole endocrine system because they're intertwined, and your whole biochemistry, okay, that they govern. They are the biochemical counterparts of the chakras, if you're familiar with that term. Squeeze, tap, and or shake your dragon pearls every day, a minimum number of times as your age, kind of like Mula Bandha, but I do 108. So I grab my dragon pearls, and while I'm shaking, it's so convenient because I'm already shaking, and I just grab them, and I squeeze them for about a minute, and I get my 108. And I know I look young for my age, but you do this work, and you will look young for your age. Okay? So sexual reflexology, and there's many things. You can pull the lingam, that's the name for the penis in the Tao. The yoni is what they call the vagina. Excuse me, I meant Sanskrit. That's an Indian term. They call it the jade stalk in the Tao. And the cinnabar cave. I love in the Tao. They are very poetic in the Tao. Bottom line, squeeze, tap, and or shake your dragon pearls every day for about a minute. You can do it before you get out of bed if you're low energy. For men, this activates your testosterone, something fierce, beyond you can even believe. Try it for 7 days, you'll be amazed, okay? So we started shaking, inner smile, sexual reflexology, and now acutapping, another thing you can do while you shake. Simply tap your belly, which is the largest cluster of lymphatic ducts, which is, again, major role it plays in immunity. Just tap your belly. Get so much tension in your belly, and even in just the name of activating your sexual energy, if this is tight, it's not going to happen. So tap your belly, smile, keep that inner smile going. Wherever you smile to somebody, they get that energy. Wow, they're smiling at me. Your body, your organs, your energy, same. So smile to your belly, drop your eyes, your mind into your belly, and just tap. I love my belly. I love my belly. And it hears me, and it gives me that added boost of immunity and energy and all the things I want. Okay? So tap your belly, tap your kidneys. Major, major, major thing they do in all the Tai Chi parks. You see it. Tap your kidneys. Body's battery. Govern water, which is all sexual energy. Again, water energy. So you got to get in touch with your kidneys. And a real easy way to do this, if you just want to do one acu-tapping, you can tap all 3 cauldrons. Tap your belly, tap your heart, tap your head, tap your bones, your whole body. We get wild in the Tao with acu-tapping. If you just have time for one acu-tapping, knocking the door of life, one technique. You can do it while you shake or just stationary. Same thing with sexual reflexology, inner smile. You can use those on their own, but compounding. The more you shake, the more energy you get, and relaxation and everything else. So I'm shaking, notice, and I'm knocking the door of life. The door of life is the point on the navel opposite the spine, right between the kidneys. Okay? So between that, the door of life, and they call the perineum in the Tao the $1 million point. Those 2 points are the most vital from the standpoint of our physical body. There's some crown and things, other spiritual points. But from the standpoint of our physical vitality, perineum power and Mingmen is the Chinese term for door of life. So you've got the Mula Bandha, first one, that's activating that. All your meridians rise out of there. It's a reflexology point for your whole body. That's why I started one. If you just learn one thing, tighten your butt every day, okay? Oh, and by the way, one detail I meant to mention on that, in the name of keeping more energy with you through time, because a loose anus, your energy will just fall right out. If you're into anal sex, contract and relax it. Do that Mula Bandha business after you make a big project in the bathroom, because it gets stretched out. You'll tighten it back up and you'll stay young and firm. Okay? So just shaking for another moment. It's already been 3 minutes, I'm sure, but you can keep going. Real quick review. We've already done 5. We've only got 4 more to go. Started off Mula Bandha, perineum power. That was number 1. Then shaking, and then with our shaking, inner smile, sexual reflexology, and acu-tapping. You can tap all. It's big medicine nowadays. EFT uses it. They tap all the vital points. Amazing medicine. You can activate with needles. They're all the acupoints, or you can do it with your tapping. Acu-tapping instead of acupuncture, acupressure, acu-tapping. They're all great, but this is self-activate. Become your own healer, okay? So now, just to wrap up shaking, cover your belly, and just slowly come to stillness. And if your feet get sore from standing too much, just walk in place and just relax, okay? A couple more things while we stand. I want to show you, really powerful. I love this so much for relaxation, energy, sexual power, the whole thing, is abdominal massage. Okay, real easy way to do this. Extend your energy from your fingers. In the Tao we call chi knife. It's kind of like a psychic, Freddy Krueger or something, but a healing version. You can heal or kill with a knife, so I'm going to heal. Extend your energy from your fingers like you could feel energy beyond your fingers, not where they stop physically, but beyond, penetrating through that, okay? And what we're going to do is take a deep breath into your belly, and then exhale all the way, and hold your air out, and push your fingers up into your belly, right above the navel. We'll do 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Start above the navel. Exhale. Kind of like I'm digging up underneath my rib cage with my chi knife, connecting up into my liver, my spleen, and all my organs. This is major medicine business, okay? Do it again. Deep breath into your belly. And exhale all the way. Hold the breath out. Suck your navel to your spine, and chi knife your upper abdomen. And then deep breath up from the earth, fresh energy into your belly. Bring your fingers down a little bit. Same thing. Exhale all the way. Chi knife up into your middle abdomen. Deep breath into your belly a third time. Fresh energy raises up to the earth. And then the lower abdomen. Exhale any tension to the pull of gravity as you exhale, and chi knife your lower abdomen. Oh, I don't know if you hear that bubbling and stuff. You get all kinds of alignments in your organs. Deep breath. And relax. You can do that all the way around the navel. Just kind of trace the navel. The 4 corners, 4 cardinal directions in the 4 corners, like a bagua we call in the Tao, basically a stop sign. You can do all 4, but the simple of the simple is 1, 2, 3. Okay? Real easy. Abdominal massage with the chi knife. Okay? Another one of the Tao fundamental, like if you just knew this, you would get a lot of benefit. And this is really helpful with the sexual teachings, because a lot of times you're, having sex or getting aroused, and it gets stuck right here. But in the Kundalini yoga and the Tantra and the Tao and all of this, you want the energy to raise up to your whole nervous system. Well, that's your spine. So you got to open your spine. Your spine's got to be relaxed. Because most people deal with pleasure and pain the same. They're tense. So do this before you have sex or whatever. You'll be a lot more relaxed and get a lot more pleasure. Okay? Spinal cord breathing. Feet, same. Shoulder width, slightly more than shoulder width apart. Make fists. Take a deep belly breath. And you lean back. See how my butt's going to stick out? And then exhale and tuck in your chin and tuck in your tailbone. Deep breath. Your tailbone and head come back. Exhale, tuck in your... So if you're just learning this, and this looks awkward or whatever, basically all it is a humping. All you're doing with your lower body. Inhale as it goes back. Exhale it, tuck in. Deep breath, your butt goes back. Bend your knees, you'll get a little more range of motion there. And tuck in your tailbone. You can gently tighten your rectal muscle if you want to add a little core power, a little Mula Bandha as you exhale. Deep breath, everything relaxed. Exhale, perineum power. A Mula Bandha, same thing. Okay? And then, when you get savvy with that little kind of pumping motion, you just add your arms. As your butt goes back on the inhale, your arms go back. And then, as your tailbone tucks in, your chin presses on your thymus here. That activates your immune system. You gently tighten your perineum, and that's kind of like a standing crunch. Like that machine in the gym, you get a crunch, right? This is effects on a lot of levels. The main thing, of course, is the spine. So just breathe into your spine, deep breath. Exhale, tuck in your chin and your tailbone. Deep breath, head and tailbone back. Exhale, tuck it in. And you can bring your head all the way back like I'm doing. You see how? Because I like it when this back, the brain touches the back here. Okay? But if that's too much flip top on your head, just keep it straight the whole time. You don't have to bring it all the way back like that. But if you can, you get a little more activation in those cervical vertebrae if it's comfortable. But it's totally how you feel on that day. Sometimes my neck is tight and I just keep it tucked in the whole time. But either way, your chin touches your sternum as you go down. It's a really simple move. It's just so simple. Again, you're standing here, you make a fist, tuck in your tailbone, deep breath, butt goes back and head goes back as you breathe into your spine, and exhale. I really like this one for breaking up long periods of sitting at the computer because we're leaning forward, right? This kind of, motion. Your energy can't flow. Period. You gotta open it up. And sometimes I'll just hang here like, open, shoulders back. And then when I relax them, shoulders are back. Poor posture is major killer. You gotta keep your ears over your shoulders. When you're like this, on a computer or texting or whatever, your head, which is so heavy, all the weight gets supported by your neck. So just simply keeping your ears over your shoulders will prevent a lot of problems. Literally all the pain in the neck that everyone lives with, you think it's normal. There's a difference between common and normal. Okay? So doing the spinal breathing helps you feel that posture. And you can do it sitting, by the way. It's really good sitting. I'm going to sit down in a minute, but you can try that on your own. Spinal cord breathing. And then I want to show you horse stance. Okay? Horse stance I've been in the whole time. After I got out of mountain pose, you bring your feet just over shoulder width apart, toes straight ahead, not out like that, not that big of a deal, but ideally straight ahead or even pigeon-toed slightly, okay? You bend your knees, you tuck in your tailbone, and you sit without sitting. That's the famous thing Master Chia and many Tao Masters says, sit without sitting, because at first it's going to take a little effort to establish this structure. Your weight is even over both your feet, okay? Because we're always over here, something, poor posture. If you built a house like that, it wouldn't stand. You can't either, long term, your energy. But when your structure is solid, you're going to get energy from the structure. You're literally tricking your body into thinking you're sitting. You just feet shoulder width apart, you bend your knees, you tuck in your tailbone, make sure your 3 cauldrons are aligned. That's the secret to, good posture in the Tao. Like I just said, your ears over your shoulders, that's your upper 2 cauldrons, head and heart, and then they're over your belly. Okay, you can see that. And then last thing, this is a little subtle detail, but I think you'll appreciate it. Come up on the balls of your feet. Okay? And if you can find your balance up here, now I'm on the balls of my foot, feel your weight over your balls of your foot, and then sink back down. If you can find your balance on the balls of your feet, and you come back down here, you're really solid. Okay? And there's many, many, many subtleties to this, and it looks like so simple, but it's power. You can do all your Mula Bandha from here, all the martial arts stuff, the Tai Chi, and all of it starts right here. Horse stance. Many poses I'm going to get into, the iron shirt, but I just want to show you the basic of the basic, because when you start activating your sexual energy, you can fly away. Literally, you get so high. I mean, that's the lure of Tantra in all times. Has been you can experience awakening or enlightenment or whatever you want to call it, immortality. Those are actually a little different, enlightenment and immortality. But anyway, in one lifetime, okay? When you start activating sexual energy this way, none of the other yoga paths can claim that. It takes 1,000 lifetimes or whatever. I don't have that luxury because I don't take for granted this story of reincarnation. I don't think it's as literal as people think it is, okay? And maybe it is, whatever. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to say, just in case, I'm going to do the best I can this lifetime, okay? So I'm activating my sexual energy, and so I can be stable in that horse stance, okay? And one last little detail. You can tell I like details. If you bring your arms just enough off to your body to where you could fit an egg or just feel a breeze under your armpits and your hands over your, sexual organ. So literally they're just on their sides, totally weightless, and just enough room under your armpits to feel a breeze. We call this Wu Wei. Wu Wei means effortless action. You're in horse stance, your hands are like this, and you just breathe, okay? Just breathe. All right? So, and one thing I like to do, just a little added bonus for you, if you do Mula Bandha, and you combine it with breathing, basically how I already mentioned, you just take a deep breath into your belly, exhale, gently tighten your perineum if you can isolate it, or your whole anus, and then relax as you inhale. As you exhale, you tighten it. Everything relaxes as you inhale. Gentle perineum power as you exhale. This is called, and keep going, testicle breathing, testicle and ovarian breathing. Same, root of the glandular system. And because it's like this feeling of energy will start rising from there. So okay, they say you want to stand in a horse stance at least a minute a day. So do your shaking and then just stand there and feel stable. You can breathe the earth energy up. But I like doing testicle breathing because, you can always have more of that energy, this vital power. There's a reason the empresses and the concubines in the past lived longer than anybody else, and the emperors, because they knew the sexual secrets. It's been hidden for so long, okay? So it's time to wake up. If you want it, you may not. But if you do, here's the protocol. All right, so you're in horse stance. You can just hold it, just effortless breathing. Or if you want to add testicle breathing, just deep breath. Exhale gently, tighten. And if I was naked right now, you would see my gonads going up and down as I tighten it. That's how you know if you're doing it right. Okay, they'll go up and down. And all of the big draws and power locks and the sexual stuff that I teach on all my videos to transmute the sexual energy is identical to that. Just deep breath, exhale, tighten your perineum. Or you can also tighten it on the inhale with some more advanced techniques, but it's pretty much that simple. Learn to tighten this. All right, so that's a lot of material already. There's 8 things that I just handed you, with humility. I'll go over them at the end because there's one more I want to show you. So the 9th thing I want to share with you, I would say if you just knew one, it's kind of a toss-up between the first and the last, Mula Bandha and this, but I would actually say this is the one. Belly breathing, okay? And everyone's like, yeah, I know belly breathing. Do you practice it? Because if you don't know it. If you don't practice it, whatever. Unless you do it, you don't know it. And even me, yoga teacher 14 years, sometimes I forget, I'm breathing upper chest, whatever. You don't get a full breath. So I won't get into all the whys and the wherefores of diaphragmatic breathing because it's just so common sense and people know. Type it in and you can learn all that activates your parasympathetic nervous system and on and on and on. But even again, just in the name of activating your sexual energy, you got to have this open core here. It activates the whole thing. Again, this is your physical center. Jing, Qi, Shen, the 3 quadrants. My thoughts, my feelings, my body. So you're breathing from, your center of your body. All right, so it's real simple. I like to feel my belly as a balloon, okay? And as you inhale, let your belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, it flattens. Deep breath, belly expands. Exhale, belly flattens. Totally effortless. Belly expands. Exhale, belly flattens. And keep going. If you do this, try to commit to taking at least 10 of these breaths a day, 3 times a day. And you'll add years in your life and quality I can't even begin to tell you. Because we all live in the sympathetic nervous system of fight or flight, or freeze or stress or whatever, And the parasympathetic nervous system is what is activated by this. Usually we wait for something to happen outside of ourselves. Oh, a beautiful sunset, like I'm witnessing right now, or a beautiful person or whatever. Those are all fine. And then like, and then it activates that. You can feel that like opening. And the reverse is when you're afraid, what do you feel? Butterflies in your stomach. Because this is where the parasympathetic nervous system gets activated. Or sympathetic, either one. It's your choice. You want to be stressed or, relaxed. You want to be, and the cost of that stress is no vitality, circles under your eyes and the whole thing, or totally activated. And the simplest, easiest, elementary, fundamental, core of the core is belly breathing. In all fitness, I don't care what part of the world, whatever, belly breathing. Simple of the simple. Belly expands as you inhale, and it flattens as you exhale. And just to connect this for you, my friends, to the sexual teachings, just as the sun is ducking behind it's just beautiful right here, right now. I just hope you're feeling this energy, of this place I'm in, and it's transmitting through this medium of video to you now, because it is beautiful. I want to add for you one more thing, it's called fire water mudra, real simple. As you inhale, your hands raise, and as you exhale, they drop. It's really nice to do to help you feel the belly breath. As your belly expands, you're just drawing up the energy from the earth and your sexual energy, the water energy, inhaling it up to your belly. And then the fire from the heavens, and the intellectual fire of your thoughts and your feelings, and even in Chinese medicine, heart is fire element, kidneys are water, drops down. So inhale, raise up your sexual energy. Exhale, drop your thoughts and your feelings. Physical vitality rises. Thoughts and feelings drop. Raise the energy of your body. Drop your thinking mind. Earth energy rises. Heavenly star fire beams down. And even if you just want to feel the belly breathing, just go totally silent and just let the intelligence of the movement, because Qigong means language of energy, just feel how this movement speaks to you. And then cover your belly and spiral your energy and collect your energy into a pearl. Talk about this in the Tao and in the yogas and stuff. You always see pictures of dragons. Always there's a pearl that he's guarding, because that represents the condensation and concentration of knowledge and power and all the stuff we're trying to cultivate. And that way, the energy, we can hold it, we can digest it. This is our center of digestion, and we can embody it. Yogas that focus exclusively on the third eye or the heart, they're great. I use them, but it doesn't matter if you can't digest it. You're not sure what you eat as much as you are what you digest. All right? So feel whatever you feel from this practice, however you feel right now, in your body, your energy, your mind, and feel it from the center of your effortlessly breathing belly, and spiral that awareness and feeling into a pearl of energy, like you're just wrapping a ball of yarn, just spiral, 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 so you can carry this energy with you. My friends, it is such a pleasure to be a vessel for this information, sharing with you 9 Tantra essentials. Mula Bandha, shaking, inner smile, sexual reflexology, acu-tapping. Domino massage, spinal cord breathing, horse stance with added testicle breathing, testicle ovarian breathing if you want to charge it up, and belly breathing. Practice well, be well. Hello again. I meant to include something very, very important for the 9 Tantra essentials, kind of part of sexual reflexology. Tennis ball on the perineum. Can't even describe in words how valuable this is. As I mentioned previously, between Mula Bandha, the first 9 of the Tantra essentials, and the last one, belly breathing, this one is it's just right up there with probably the most important. Okay, You put it on your perineum, the point midway between your gonads and anus, okay? Men and women can do the same thing. In Tantra, they teach you to sit on your heel. That's a great one. But if you're sitting on a rock like I am, obviously that's going to hurt. A lot of people's knees aren't flexible enough. And furthermore, if you want to do something else with your feet, like have them sprawled out like this or lotus or whatever, tennis ball. And it's soft and squishy. A lot of people can't handle the heel. And if a tennis ball is too much, you can use a racquetball, okay? Put it right on your perineum. I meant to do this with the last of the 9 Tantra essentials, the belly breathing. You just sit in any comfortable sitting position, feet on the floor, cross-legged, half lotus, whatever, and feel that point, okay? And the easiest of the easy is to just do long, deep belly breaths, breathing from the perineum with the tennis ball. This is kind of like a physical training wheels for Mula Bandha, because when you start to contract your perineum and hold rectal muscle until you can isolate the perineum, this tennis, and even when you get there, this is still magic. You can use it in the context of your sexual practice. Just keep one in your desk chair. Every day, just put one on there, your tennis ball on there, and just kind of breathe, rock back and forth a little bit. You can do all this like this kind of stuff. Really nice, grinding on it like this, incredible. Because the perineum, it's the core point for the whole system. All your meridians in Chinese medicine originate from there. They call it the $1 million point in the Tao. Your chakras all originate from there, rising up. If you invigorate just the perineum, it's a reflexology point for the whole body. Just to, cut right down to it. So you're reflexing the whole body and brain. Strong, strong connection to the brain. If you feel a baby's crown, that little soft spot where it pulses, if you were to hold their perineum, same time, they pulse and sync. That whole core channel from perineum to crown. Major for opening the microcosmic orbit. I could go on about this. I could do a whole video just on this, but I'm gonna, give it to you as part of the 9 Tantra essentials because it is so essential. And so with the last thing we did, the belly breathing with the fire water mudra, try it now with the tennis ball. So you inhale up that grounded, rooted, vital energy from your perineum, breathing it up to your belly. Should feel it a little bit more now, huh? And drop down all your thoughts, all your feelings from your heart, mind, any energy in your head, energy in your heart, drop down to your belly. Inhale the energy up, exhale down. Heaven and earth mean form and formless as code words in the Tao. So all the form energies of your body, perineum, earth chakra in yoga, you're breathing up all that energy, physical vitality, sexual vitality rises. The formless energy of your thoughts and your feelings drop down so we can digest them. Inhale the energy up from the earth. Exhale the energy down from heaven. Inhale your sexual vitality so it can rise up. Drop your thoughts and your feelings down. Just breathe a few times, just from the perineum now, just to re-emphasize that. Just breathing from the perineum. This works the prostate, because when you press on the perineum, it goes in. I mean, you can probably feel it goes up in your body an inch or two, and that's hitting the prostate. That's my favorite way personally to work the prostate. Occasionally the milking is really nice too, but that's a whole production, cleanliness, whatever your thing. But this is non-threatening. You're into whatever you're into, you can do this. For men, this is like literally, as the name of this video implies, essential. Tell all the men just do it, period. Just do it. For women too. This is the root of the whole system. I mean, nobody goes there. I mean, they say in Tantra, like, if goddess, wanted to hide the point, like, of energy and awakening and all the kundalini rises from here, she would put it in a place that no one would think to look for it, totally hidden. This is it. Okay? Tennis ball, sexual reflexology on your perineum. And you can move it around too. Move it back, sit on your tailbone, grind it on the anus, grind it. Sometimes I'll use 2, one on the perineum, one on the tailbone. These are the secrets, my friends. You can use it in your regular yoga practice. Just start playing around with your tennis ball. Sexual reflexology, acupressure. Okay? Just a little addition, little post-production video I had to add. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for practicing. Thank you for sharing with others. If you get some benefit, tell people. You don't have to tell them all 9 essentials. Just, hey, try this. Sit on a tennis ball. See how you feel. Be amazed at the results. Okay? Practice well. Be well.